Okay.
I'm not silent enough.
Okay.
I've been through the system, buddy.
I know you have. I know you have.
You're not my friend. All you're trying to get is some stupid ass confession, and you're not going to give one.
On a seemingly regular evening in 2011, alarm bells began to sound at a local 7-Eleven. Reports of an armed robbery flooded into the police department, but upon arrival, the suspect was nowhere to be found. After expanding their search, police heard a commotion in a nearby house. Without any other leads, they stormed in, discovering a known heroin addict sitting inside with a gun. Without further evidence, they arrested the man and brought him in for questioning. That man was Jeff Pearson. What followed would go down in history as one of the rare instances where a suspect single-handedly beat the police at their own game, all while experiencing horrific heroin withdrawal. This is the story of what happens when a suspect truly outsmarts the cops. The next 24 hours were captured by cameras within the interrogation room. Interestingly, unlike most police footage, this was originally uploaded to the suspect's own YouTube channel on September 25, 2011, the first sign of why Jeff would become a cult figure and a legend within the interrogation community. Jeff was held in custody for almost an entire day, yet the footage from 3 separate sessions totals barely 15 minutes. In the state of Georgia, an armed robbery conviction usually carries a minimum sentence of 10 years, potentially ranging up to life without parole. However, Jeff wouldn't serve a single minute of that time. Instead of decades behind bars, he spent a day being served drinks and candy while delivering a masterclass in how to handle police custody. This footage shows in stunning detail the methods cops use and how to dodge them like an absolute pro. The footage begins with Jeff handcuffed in a small, windowless room, dressed in prison scrubs. It is clear he has already been processed and has spent time in a cell while the police gathered evidence and prepared their questioning strategy.
Am I under arrest?
It's true now.
I'm under arrest?
Yeah, I'll explain everything, but before I explain myself to you, and before we talk to each other, I need to read your rights, okay?
What am I under arrest for?
Well, like I said, I need to read your rights first. Obviously, the charge is robbery, okay?
Jeff immediately opens by asking if he is under arrest and on what grounds. From the first moment, it is evident that Jeff has done his research. This is exactly how one should handle such a situation. In these scenarios, there are generally 2 paths. If you are not being arrested or detained, you can state that you are not obligated to stay and are free to leave. If you are being arrested, you should immediately invoke your right to an attorney and remain silent until one is provided. These options offer the best chance of stopping the police in their tracks and building a solid defense. In America, officers are legally obligated to remind you of these rights. Take a listen to the Miranda warning the detective reads to Jeff.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can will be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer for advice before we question you. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer and you want one, a lawyer will be provided for you. If you decide to answer questions now without a lawyer present, you'll still have the right to stop answering questions at any time. Does that make sense? You've probably heard these before, haven't you?
These points are incredibly important, but are often overlooked due to the panic of being arrested. Furthermore, because these lines are so common in movies and TV shows, many people glaze over them, failing to realize they are being provided with the very information needed to stay protected. What the detective failed to mention is that once you ask for a lawyer, they are legally required to stop questioning you. The detective concluded the reading with a snide remark about Jeff's past, a psychological tactic meant to remind him of his status as a convicted criminal.
Do you understand your rights? Do you understand your rights, Jeff? Yes or no? You understand?
We're getting paid more than you are, so we can sit here for a long time, man.
I just need you to answer me yes or no. Do you understand your rights? Let's get through that question. Do you understand what I read you? Do you comprehend what I read you?
Jeff has been explicitly told he has the right to remain silent, so that is exactly what he does. The leading detective leans back in his chair, an attempt to look unconcerned, as if he can wait forever. But this type of body language often indicates underlying unrest. It's clear the detective knows this will be a difficult session.
If you got something that says you didn't do this robbery, this is your chance to talk to us.
Take a good job.
No, usually I'm the prick.
You look like a prick.
I am.
If it's dominance we're talking about, Jeff just took everything the cops had and dumped it in the garbage can.
I'm not asking if you want to talk to me at this point. I just wanted you to understand what I read to you.
That's all my under arrest.
Yes, you're under arrest.
Getting back to the cell. I don't talk to you motherfuckers.
Okay, there you go.
In this first round, Jeff exhibited the perfect behavior for his circumstances. He knows the cops have no real evidence. If they did, they wouldn't be trying so hard to get him to talk. He stays silent and is returned to his cell. 2 hours later, he is brought back for round 2.
You want to go?
Go.
You gonna be able to pop it open or give me two?
I'm gonna look at it. I need methadone.
You need methadone?
Yeah, yes. You get that methadone? Yeah.
I don't have any. Do you have a medication for it, or a prescription for it?
Yeah.
What do you need methadone for?
Because I'm a fucking junkie, and you guys, I can't submit no methadone. I'm gonna go through withdrawal here about it.
Jeff's only request was a soda, but he immediately mentions the withdrawals he is beginning to feel. He asks for methadone, a medication used to reduce withdrawal effects and cravings, which he has likely been battling since his arrest.
How long you been using heroin?
Long time, buddy.
10 years? 15 years?
Hardly been alive that long. What are you trying to talk to me about here?
Talk to you about what happened last night. So look, here's the deal. Either you're in a bad set of circumstances or you went and committed an armed robbery last night.
Yeah, I'm in a shitty, wrong place at the wrong time, obviously. I didn't commit no fucking wrong.
All right, then let's talk about this. Let's not keep up being
talk to the police, man.
Jeff is finished with the small talk and wants to get back to the matter at hand. In his view, he has been arrested for a crime he didn't commit and wants to be released as quickly as possible.
Okay, I've been through the system, buddy. I know you have. You're not my friend.
I'm not your friend.
You're trying to fucking get me, or you're trying
I'm not trying to get
all you're trying to get is some fucking stupid ass fucking confession, and you're not gonna get one.
Jeff, I'm not going to get a confession out of you for nothing.
Exactly, because I
I'm
didn't.
trying to get a confession out of you.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you, I didn't commit no armed robbery, and y'all ain't got no fucking evidence saying I did. Let me go. All you did is find me sitting in my buddy's house because my fucking buddy's dog's going ape shit. I go outside, there are cops everywhere, and they spotlight me. They say, "Come here." I said, "What's up?" They search me. They ain't find nothing. What's up?
Let me read this.
No.
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna sign it.
You don't have to sign it, but let me read it for you, okay?
I'm not signing nothing.
You don't have to sign it.
The irony of a cop saying he isn't trying to get a handcuffed suspect in an interrogation room is palpable. Yet, everything Jeff says here is so precise, it almost sounds rehearsed. It is an incredible display of personal legal defense, made even more impressive by the fact that he is in the throes of drug withdrawal. Jeff highlights a crucial point. The police are simply trying to force a confession. One of the primary tools for this is the Reed technique, developed in the 1960s by a former officer and psychologist who famously extracted a confession from a man later found to be innocent of his wife's murder. The technique consists of 9 steps, beginning with a polite discussion and using specific body language to project an aura of guilt. It culminates in offering the suspect 2 alternative statements, both of which admit guilt, though one is framed as more understandable. This method is designed to corner suspects and is notoriously good at extracting false confessions. In fact, the original case that technique is formed around fell apart after it was discovered that the man did not kill his wife and was tricked into giving a false confession through high-level gaslighting.
Tell me what happened last night. Plain and simple. Your side of the story.
I'm not talking to you. I'm worried.
All right. This is what I don't understand. I know, but this is what I don't understand, Jeff. You were sitting there talking just like you were ready to sit here and tell me what happened last night, and then all of a sudden I read that to you, and you screw it, I ain't talking to you. I'm like, I don't understand that. What thing?
Because I told you what. I already told you what happened.
You didn't.
How didn't I?
You didn't tell me what happened last night.
How didn't I just tell you what?
But now you've handcuffed me, and I can't talk to you because you asked for an attorney. So, okay, that's fine. But I will tell you right now, you're still on a hold for a robbery.
I know. I don't know why. I need a fucking lawyer because obviously I didn't do nothing. And obviously you guys know I didn't do nothing because I've been arrested for the same bullshit before and you guys don't interview me this much. So, wham bam, thank you for the coke, put me back in the cell. That's my
beauty yet.
Jeff has requested a lawyer and resumed his silence. We are only halfway through the footage, and his ability to dismantle the detective's efforts only improves from here.
Here's what the deal is. I have enough evidence
Like what?
of the armed robbery, okay? But, you know, if you're saying you didn't do it, you need to give me your side of the story.
I didn't do it.
Okay, well, give me your side of the story. You got, convince me. Because I got a lot of evidence. I got a lot of physical evidence.
Like what? Names?
Well, I don't need to, why should I tell you that?
This is where the detective became desperate. He knows he is running out of time, so has completely abandoned any elaborate technique or the methods to trying to get information out of him. He has now essentially moved on to essentially threatening him with false claim of evidence that can easily use to convict Jeff. If all of this was true, he'd likely be trying to intimate Jeff into panicking and giving up more information. But instead, he uses a flimsy retroact, claiming that Jeff has not helped him. He won't help Jeff.
There's only a couple pieces of evidence I'm missing.
Negative.
What's that?
Name.
But why do you do that? You haven't helped me out a lot. You give me a little bit, I give you a little bit. We go back and forth. I give you one of my pieces of evidence, and I give me a little something. Alright? What time do you get over to Eric's house?
Yeah. You know, I know any day I say here can and will be used against me.
Sure, but anything you say here, I can also tell your parole officer that you helped me out.
That doesn't mean deal.
The detective tries to bargain, promising to put in a good word with a parole officer. Jeff immediately sees through this. A gold star is worthless if you are facing 20 years in prison. This desperation proves the police have nothing to convict him with. Despite Jeff's request for a lawyer, they continue to question him, a blatant violation of his rights. Jeff watches the clock, knowing their time is running out. For the next 4 minutes, he combats every accusation. They bring up the gun, try to strike deals, and even taunt him with the prospect of experiencing drug withdrawal in a prison cell. Throughout it all, Jeff remains stone-faced. He knows he has won.
I'm done, man. Fuck this. I'm not even answering. All this shit that I just said is gonna be fucking written in the discovery now, right?
What? You haven't said nothing.
I mean, every little stupid thing that you've asked me, dude, is gonna be in the discovery.
I thought you would do discovery.
The prosecutor is.
Okay. I mean, you halfway know the system, how things work, and you halfway don't. Am I right?
I half-ass know that the only reason I came up here is to get a fucking Coke.
Okay.
So I got it. But now I want a Butterfinger.
That's not going to take for a while.
What, the Butterfinger?
Yeah.
Why not? I need to go to the hospital. I'm coughing up blood.
Yeah.
Let's go to the hospital.
For hours, the police questioned a man in visible pain, denied him his prescription medication, and repeatedly interrogated him despite having no evidence. Meanwhile, Jeff remained casual, snacking on chocolate and sipping soda. He knew that even a single slip of the tongue could lead to disaster, so he exercised his rights perfectly. 12 hours later, he was released from custody. Reports indicate that Jeff has since turned his life around. He is clean, makes music, and uses his YouTube channel to share tips on how to navigate the psychological tricks of the police.